And
We
yet.
shall begin you late. Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live stream to Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined as always by my wonderful friends, Chris playing Valravn, the Eladrin Bard of Eloquence.
I heard the music this time.
Eloquence. Heather playing Frey, the Halfling Barbarian of the Beast.
No baby aggro!
Great, your gods. Rochelle playing Celeste, the Half-Orc Sun Soul Monk. Raymond playing Edmund, the Human Alchemist Artificer.
Hello.
Reese playing Thimbleweed, the Gnome Swarmkeeper Ranger.
Hello.
Stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. Watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Crafting Icewind Dale, every Thursday. Head on over to our live post-session discussion Frostside chat after our show tonight. You can also listen to all these live D&D shows with Rogue Watson Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our official Discord server. Invite link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/Rogue Watson. Shoutouts to new patrons this week. I'm going to mispronounce the hell out of this. M. Van Duge Van Voorde. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your support. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net for video chat. We use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. After their chaotic meeting with Kadroth, the Marshals checked up on Horror, the innkeeper's son, who, unbeknownst to them, was the one who let them inside the castle. Despite using telepathic magic and flashing Chardolin, Horror was content at being here in the castle, and the party ultimately moved on to meet with Avarice on the second floor of the keep. A guard escorted them to Avarice's chambers across the hall from Kadroth's bedroom. Avarice immediately scolded Valravn for his brash foolishness and naivete at siding with Kadroth. She claimed that he is hiding his more extremism and that he's been lying about the speaker being ill. Avarice explained that she's in Icewind Dale to study Chardolin and believed there's a larger source where it's coming from, buried somewhere in the Dale, and she aims to find it. She's been trying to convince members of the Black Swords to break away from Kadroth and leave this unlawfully occupied castle and beseech the players to take out Kadroth. But first, she suggested exploring the Northwest Tower and down a trapdoor into the cistern beneath the keep to find what Kadroth has been hiding. Edmund wanted to know specifically what Avarice was doing in the Dale. He seemed to know something, and she explained that crossing the Brotherhood can be dangerous and deadly, but helping her could serve them all well, and that she could explain more if they could help her take control of this organization. As they left the meeting, Edmund broke into Kadroth's bedroom and swiped a series of arcane notes on crafting magic items out of Chardolin, as well as more pieces of raw Chardolin, several Chardolin-tipped arrows, and a bag of magical choking dust. As the party emerged from the hallway, he used a mage hand to thrust the bag at the guards on the far side of the balcony, the ones presumably guarding the sick speaker, sending them into coughing and choking fits. Frey grappled the nearest guard who was escorting them, and the party quickly pummeled him into submission before he could yell for help, while they rushed to the other side to take out the others. One guard was killed by a Chardolin arrow from Thimbleweed, while Valravn convinced the other to stand down lest he suffer the same fate, and then Frey promptly knocked him out.
Damn straight.
Or killed him. We kind of just decided one way or the other, but that's up to you. That is where you all find yourselves, having just ended this fight on the second floor of the keep, having just taken out some guards.
Yeah. You're top right.
Where
Okay.
are we?
Whoops.
Everything is black.
Sorry, I need to add you back on here. You were disappeared from that session, but now the gem that somebody was holding turns it back into Celeste. And you guys are in the upper right corner of this map. So there are some unconscious guards, some dead guards, and currently, at the moment, no one is the wiser. You can look down, you're on the second floor overlooking a balcony, and you can look down to the first floor, and there is still one guard outside the door that eventually leads to Kadroth's office.
I would like to listen at the door.
Should probably hide these guards.
The door they were guarding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure, give me a perception check.
We can just drag the guards in with us.
I mean, yeah, absolutely could.
Remember, we were gonna bring him in and slam him down to intimidate the speaker.
Oh, that's right. I remember saying that. Yeah.
You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right. Well, I slowly open the door and I drag one of these guards with me.
Okay.
Let's stealthily open the door.
All right, you attempt your best stealthiness as you quietly open this door. This room is immaculately furnished. It has all the trappings of a royal bedchamber, including a soft bed, warm quilts, elegant tapestries, and a gilded chamber pot, where you currently see a pale man with an unkempt beard wearing a nightgown squatting over.
Ew.
Seems unnecessary.
And as
Yeah.
the door...
Sounds extremely necessary. Tell me more.
As the stealthy door opens up, he's still just right there in the room.
What kind of compromising position do we find him in?
Too stealthy.
He just kind of calls out and says, "Perfect damn timing."
What's he
What?
squatting over?
A
Chamber pot.
A chamber pot.
A chamber pot.
That kind
A
of
medieval toilet.
compromising.
I'm gonna throw the guard in first. You know, the scene where the guard just like shows up at the door and just falls over forward.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, yeah. So he says perfect timing when he sees the guard, and then the guard just falls over. Is this the one that was unconscious or dead? Or did we kill them all? We need to establish this.
We knocked the other one out.
Okay.
Let's say we did.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
just
think number
grab
2 is
somebody.
the closest. Yeah, I just grabbed number 2. I don't
All right,
know.
one of them was killed by an arrow. So I know at least one of them did die. Okay, the guard falls over forward, and you hear a start. You hear a plunk. It's like, oh. What's going on?
Evan walks in. Says, "Don't sound the alarm, or that'll be the last poop you ever take."
That's right.
Bad part is the Frey was raging, so she's going to immediately want to run in there and hit somebody because y'all had Frey raging.
So, who the hell are you supposed to be? What's going on? What is the meaning of this?
We are the Marshals, and he flashes his badge.
Okay. When you do that, you see his demeanor changes.
Stop that sin this instant.
He changes a bit, and he says, "Well, it's about damn time."
I need someone to help me wipe.
Get over here, boy.
Look like you've
Wipe
got
up
good thick
with-
hands. I could use a man. Get back there.
Oh, we'll make sure it's clean. So clean, you'll never go poop again.
Is this a rescue then?
Weird.
It depends. Why are you in here? Why are there guards stationed outside your door?
I'm a prisoner in my own damn castle. That's what's going on here.
How did it come this way? Who is prisoning you in here?
That half-demon bastard in a suit. He showed up in town a few weeks ago, I think it was. claiming he'd found a way to make magic items for cheap. I was skeptical at first, but I invited him to the castle and saw the results, and, well, who wouldn't be damn excited about this?
You got greedy.
Well, we cut a deal. He could stay in the castle if I got a cut of his earnings for all that production he was making. And that son of a devil cut me out. All these more people started showing up. He's expanding his business. Right under my nose, and I wasn't having it. So I gave him an ultimatum, and this was the bloody result.
What influence do you have left in this castle?
Oh, you mean if I have any guards left or anything like that? Are all killed? Came at him in the dead of night. I left my room in the morning, and all of a sudden that's his guards posted outside. They tell me to go back in. I know I still have some servants around here. I think the chef is still... I think they kept the chef. Good man.
It sounds like it's time for you to move.
No, it's time for them to move. You need to kill everybody in here. You're 10 towns marshals, right? Well, I'm the speaker. You gotta do what I say.
Marshals,
He
not
finally
castle.
hitches up his nightgown.
He's been on the pot this entire time.
We
Not
are
the
marshals,
first time
not-
he's had a conversation with someone breaking into his bathroom.
We are not hired assassins.
Yes, speak for yourself.
All right. That one is an assassin.
You-
The rest of
what,
us
what the
are-
hell is this? He indicates the body on the floor that you dumped in there.
He,
Collateral damage.
he sneezed himself to death.
Oh, okay, can we sneeze the rest of them to death then? Whatever the hell code words you need me to say.
Oh no, he literally sneezed and coughed to death.
I don't care how it happened. I want
And why?
these people gone.
And why? Why should we help you?
Which I'm the God's damn speaker.
You have no influence in this castle? The people have forgotten you? The chef is making food for other people now?
You can see his face turning like redder and redder as you're saying about this. How dare you!
The chef is making his delicious pastries for another man.
This is my castle, damn it!
And what do you have for us to fight against the magic item creator?
What do I have? Oh, do you want a reward? Money? Is that it? They're not paying you enough at the Marshals? How much are they paying you?
We want information. They're not paying us anything. They just give us free room and board.
His eye. His eyes narrow. What information?
Information about the goings on in this town. About the black ice. The black crystals.
Look, I'll tell you whatever it is you think I know. If you just get rid of Kadroth and his cronies.
Why don't we just get rid of you? Problem solved.
Once again, he starts turning red.
Here, talk to this green guy. I'm a scientist. I don't speak to people.
Everything my dear friend told you is technically correct, sir. We are marshals. We are not specifically here to rescue you, but it could be done. What of,
It
avarice?
bloody well will be done. He's just spurting in anger now. Edmund's got him all worked up.
What of avarice? Was she part of this coup of yours?
What's an avarice?
Very well.
You saying I'm greedy?
Yes.
Well, yes, in fact, we are. This is quite the root of the problem, in fact. As it stands, we intend to restore you to your rightful place. for however long your constituents allow you to hold it after this debacle of yours. I don't know, do they vote here? I don't even know. How do speakers get better positions?
Yeah, actually, you if you've done some cursory research of the Dale, you find that they do. Some places probably vote better than others. There's probably some better turnout, and others just kind of accept like whatever the, dynasty they've set up somewhere. But
Okay.
In the Dale, few people seem to want the job.
Right. And perhaps your constituents will allow you to maintain your position, but for the time being, we simply require your participation in our endeavors. We cannot simply fisticuffs our way through this garrison of combatants, you see.
Well, you've done a pretty damn good job so far, and again, he indicates the body that's been through on his floor.
They are 2, my good sir. We are 5, and this castle is how big?
It's 2 stories, so the 4 forts.
So what do you suppose? How many combatants could it possibly hold?
I don't
30, 40?
know. I've been in this bloody room for weeks.
Exactly, sir. You don't know the situation. So let us elucidate you. For the time being, we require you to stay here in your room.
It starts sputtering again.
We will give you
You
company.
came in here just to tell me to stay in this room?
For the time being, we had to eliminate these guards so that we could have free reign to eventually restore your position.
Great. And what are you doing with their bodies?
Well, they're coming in here with you. One of them is going to be alive, very conscious, in a few hours, so we might want to tie him up, but... Yes.
Or they can fight to the death.
Yeah, so you can fight him to the death. What we require
And
is...
the winner can be the new ruler of the castle.
This is so much more civilized.
You have to have one-on-one fistfights with each member. What we require from you, in exchange, or as part of our service to you in restoring you to your position, is information on how we might gain access by the easiest route to the Northwest Tower.
Says the towers, they can be accessed from the courtyard outside. There's a door. All the towers connect to each other.
Do we think he's telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
I could certainly check.
I don't need to make an inside check. I say, you come with us. Show us. Show us you're willing to risk your life to get your position back.
Oh, we'll put the unconscious guy in his bed and just cover him with sheets.
Yes.
Anybody checking will just think he's asleep.
Take off all your clothes.
He literally just has a nightgown on. Like a robe.
My insight's not very
And it's
good.
not a clean robe. No, he seems like he's telling the truth from what you can tell.
He starts stripping down the guard. Give me your rope.
What are you doing?
This is not a bad idea, actually. I like this.
What?
Give me your robe.
My robe?
You're going to put
It's
on
got
the
my
armor of
name
this
on it,
god.
written in gold silk.
Exactly, even more believable.
To make him play along, Freya walk up and pull out her little Chardolin dagger and hold it right where his little manly bits are and say, "Play along,
Bloody hell.
or I get dicey."
he pales at that.
You better
She'll give him
hurry.
a little nudge with the.
All right,
The knife.
you all have all of this
It's
multiple bad cop with one good cop thing has basically convinced him.
I can't control them. Sorry.
Yeah.
He doesn't even try, so it's fine.
He strips down.
All right.
So we're putting him in the guard's outfit. Is that the
Uh-huh.
idea?
Yep.
Okay.
And he puts the robe on the dead guard.
Put him in bed.
Now let's strap him to the pot,
Okay.
the chamber pot.
Face in the
Position
corner,
him so he looks like he's just.
one hand on the wall, or both hands on the wall. You know,
So the position.
It's twofold. So whoever looks in thinks
mean,
he's
they
having a
walked
problem,
in.
and
Yeah.
secondarily, it holds him up.
Right.
All right. He is. For comedic effect, we'll say that the guard was like a size smaller than the speaker, and so he's really trying to like squeeze into like the leather jerkin and the trousers and stuff. This is goddamn ridiculous. Yeah, so man
There's a
with
show
a
about this.
bloody
What's it called?
gnome or something.
What's that TV show called where the bosses pretend to be one of their employees?
Undercover boss.
Yeah,
Undercover boss.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
With an unwitting boss. I don't want to be an employee.
Forcibly at knife point.
I don't want to do this. So yeah, you have effectively dressed the speaker. He still has like a really unkempt beard and looks like he's like the sunken eyes and, you know, looks like somebody who hasn't seen the outside world in about 2 weeks.
One more thing just to make this even better. So, what's my name? Edgar. No, Edmund.
That's fine.
Edgar.
It checks his name tag.
Edmund's gonna do some alchemy on the doorknob, and in his best impression, he's gonna touch the knob. So anytime it's tapped by a creature, it's gonna emit a 6-second recorded message, and it's gonna say, "Leave me alone. I'm on the pot."
Excellent.
That's good. The trap is set.
That's right.
And he's gonna grunt in there.
Extra grunt.
We get
That's
to hear
part of
Edmund like practice, like run through
You
it
have
a
to
couple
actually
times.
record this noise. Yeah.
Part of the 6 seconds. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, so he is dressed up as the guard. You've got the other guard now in the robe. On the toilet. You say you like strapped him up to the toilet somehow? This is the unconscious one or the dead one?
Well, let's just kill them both.
It's just easier this way.
It's too complicated. I'm sorry. You have to die.
I really want your fingers.
The speaker will speak
Or
up
you die.
and mention the fact that there's an old library that nobody uses and they never even fixed up when he was in charge of things in this door. So there's actually another room if you wanted to shove any unconscious bodies in there and time up that would have another like barrier in between.
Okay. Yeah, we got 2 unconscious bodies and 1 dead one? Is
Correct.
that our situation?
Yep.
Okay. Let's throw the unconscious bodies in the library room.
Yeah.
And let Edmund create his Weekend at Bernie's scenario.
Yeah.
Dead one.
All right, and then you've got this speaker dressed up as the guard, looking very uncomfortable, looking very disheveled, and he's he's about 50 years old and not in the best shape.
I'll give him like just a piece of cloth to like tie around his face like a bandana, like hide his
Okay.
hide who he is.
Yeah.
No, he probably looks like a bandit, but it's better than him look like a 50-year-old man who's
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of nods to you all and says, "I don't know what this meaning of this is, but if you get me killed, I'm not paying any of you."
it's fair. If we get ourselves killed, we're not collecting. So,
Raymond, you can have a point of inspiration for the everything that happened in this
I
room.
already had one. Thank you, though. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
All right, so you've got the 3 guards in there, 2 of them in the back room, one of them, the dead one, like slumped over the toilet, and Edmund's recording has been placed on the door. As you all come out of this room, you see the guard from downstairs, finally kind of still downstairs, but kind of walking a few steps forward and just calling up and says, everything going on okay up there? I thought I heard some noises.
Yes, yes, colleague. Usually I'm going to much call him dear boy.
Just immediately launches into his usual, like, idiosyncrasies.
The other guard's like, not now.
Right. Yes, we are quite well up here. Everything's fine. No problem.
How are you?
No problems.
It's the worst deception. Roll a deception check, please.
Okay. I'm good at this, so.
I'm very good at this. You should believe me.
He should believe me.
Yeah, alright. Despite your hilariously bad attempts at role-playing this, the guard just kind of shrugs and says, whatever.
It's not about being somebody else, it's just about sounding confident.
Here you go. So he appears to be going back to his station. So the speaker whispers to you all, says, outside, if we can get to the courtyard and then to the tower from there.
Is there no alternate path that does not take us through the central area? Some window or something that looks upon the tower?
He says, well, if you think it would be less suspicious to climb up onto the battlements, then you could do that and then go down into the first floor of the tower.
It very well might be. We've seen quite a few people scurrying about the courtyard.
Yes.
So how might we access these battlements?
Outside in the damn courtyard.
Great. Well, that... Okay.
Are you going to be able to play your part?
He says, there's a secret door, but it's in my damn office where Kadroth himself camps out. So it's
Counselor's office.
probably even more heavily guarded than the courtyard.
You mean the one across the stairs over there?
No, back in the first floor where you guys had the inner party tussle with in where Kadroth was actually in the room. He says that
Okay,
room
good.
has a secret door that
The
leads.
therapy room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Counselor's
Let's
office.
barge in there having an argument and getting Kadroth to solve it for us. Making him leave.
We have another problem.
Have another
He doesn't respect me.
crisis of faith.
He hit me.
Just use those fancy words of yours. I'm sure it will be fine. He says that dripping with sarcasm.
So what would be the plan there if we were to talk our way into Kadroth's office again? How would we even I guess we'd have to actually not put down, but quiet Kadroth somehow.
Don't forget, he also has that giant ogre thing that sits outside his door.
It sits outside, so we'd have to do it very quietly if we even attempted to do it.
Why don't we just go and tell him we had a conversation with Avarice and that we totally don't believe her? And that we agree with everything Kadroth said, and we need to come up with a plan to overtake Avarice.
That might get us in the room, but what do we do once we're in the room? Just knock him out and go in the secret door?
Tell him we all need to meet in the war room. And we'll be there in a second.
Did you go
Is
ahead?
there...
You go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll be right there.
Let's tell him we heard his cat puking in his room. And that he needs to go back and
That's a
help with his
callback.
cat. I think your cat's sick. We heard it before we went to talk to Avarice. Might want to go in there. Although there's too many people over there, that might not be the best room to go to.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Is that there's a bunch of people over there. I don't know. What do we think? We could try to just sneak to the tower, just get to the courtyard as quietly as possible. Maybe if a guard's like escorting us, maybe the guard downstairs won't question where we're going. We'll just be able to walk.
That's what I thought we were doing. That's why I asked him if he'd be able to play his part.
Okay, yeah, maybe we just have him just try to walk us confidently to the tower, and we can act like we're just being escorted there.
Speaker looks
Prisoners
his
or
bluster kind of leaves like the color of his face as he gets kind of nervous now.
Do you want him to escort us as prisoners or just accompanying, like?
No, just accompanying, because like that's what the other guard was doing. He was just
Yeah.
he was just coming with us wherever we went.
Be his party crew.
That's right. Yeah, that
Get
sounds
this
like
party
the
started.
sounds like the most likely of actually working. It would be just try to act like he's just escorting us around. Hopefully they don't know like who specifically that guard was that was walking along with us. At least the guy downstairs doesn't.
So his being recognizable.
Yeah. That's what I put the band-aid on him, so hopefully he's not immediately recognizable with his like facial hair.
Well, that's easy. Edmund pulls out his dagger, grabs the guy's beard, and just cuts it off.
Oh no!
He's got no personal space. Like
Make a sleight of hand check, please. As you
Do you take the time to undo the bandana?
Oh my god, Edmund.
Well, there goes his head.
Stab! I'm getting pieces of the beard.
The good news is his beard is off. The bad news is I've decapitated the speaker. No, see, anybody listening to the podcast now is gonna think you rolled a 1, but it was actually just a 9.
Oh yeah.
He looks worse than before. It just looks like somebody took a knife and just randomly clawed away at some pieces of beard. And of
Both
course,
make him unrecognizable.
he
Okay.
practically screams. The meaning of this.
You're too well known in this place. We have to make it disguised.
This isn't gonna change anything. I'll wear the bloody bandana.
You know Superman?
I don't.
Glasses on. He's Clark Kent. Glasses off. He's Superman. Easy.
I gotta give him a pair of glasses.
Let's get this show on the road.
So when
Yeah.
you guys march,
All right.
go ahead.
We're just gonna tell him that, like our goal then is he should lead. He should just start walking. Tell him to start walking towards the Northwest Tower. We'll just sort of follow him like we're being led somewhere.
Okay.
And we'll deal with problems as they arise.
Fair enough.
Tell everyone we passed. We're being led somewhere.
That's right. I'm being led somewhere.
Roll a persuasion check on the speaker to see how confident he is with this plan,
All right.
since he is the one in the lead.
I'm also very good at persuasion, but not advantage good. Ha!
All right, your various talkings to seems to have gotten through to him, and he kind of puffs out his chest a little bit and kind of just tries to emulate the swagger that he talks a big game about. And he strides down the stairs and just kind of the other guard just kind of looks like curiously at him, and he just kind of nods very vigorously and just does like one of these like to the back of you, like indicating everybody keeps going. And he goes through, and he goes up to the main doors and just like shoves into them, and they stop for a second, and the guard kind of looks at him, and he's just like, and then he goes down, gets the handle, and then properly opens the door and pulls it back so that it actually opens. Guard just kind of shakes his head oddly, and all of you make your way out into the courtyard like this. Which we were.
I've lost my token.
I'm putting you back. You're on the so now you're back in the upper left corner of the map, which is the first floor. So I'm having to redo all that.
Okay.
And yeah, once again, you just see people milling about. There are towers in all the corners. There are stairs going up to the battlements. There is the main entrance door, which is actually probably closed on this side by now, but I'm not going to bother closing it here. And then over here, you see what looks like some kind of stables or pen. And then it's still kind of dark out, but, you know, people are carrying torches. But at the moment, nobody is particularly paying attention to you guys.
All right. We're going to whisper up to him. Northwest Tower, sir. Which direction? I assume northwest?
Yes, bloody yes. And he's
Walk that way.
Yeah, he walks over here. And, the guy just kind of turns at all of you, and just kind of.
Robin nods vigorously.
You nod vigorously. Oops, I pulled you out of the map for some reason. But yeah, if you all want to start shugging your way up here, the speaker makes his way over there, and you see this one guy does look kind of curious and see like what y'all are doing. Like he seems to be kind of following you all, just not necessarily out of like any hostile intentions, but just like, oh, what's going on over here? This is. You know, usually nothing's going on over here for this individual.
I am quite excited to see your battlements and your towers, guard.
Yes, I am excited to show you.
I am quite glad that Kadroth approved this outing.
He did indeed. Let us.
That sounded natural. That sounds good.
Supernatural.
Said in my breath. This is a really pathetic party crew.
And he opens his door, which appears to be locked, and just kind of steps confidently through base of this tower, which has been converted into a makeshift barracks with several wooden cots, furs, and meager furnishings. A copper brazier full of hot coals warms the room, and a wooden staircase hugs the wall as it climbs to the upper level. There is indeed a pretty visible trap door in the floor in the upper right corner. Of you all up in here. And
wonderful.
Seeing this place occupied, yeah, now you can see the speaker suddenly get nervous as these folks are, you know, they're not sleeping. It's just kind of still daytime, so they're just kind of looking at you all.
As Freya's the last one to enter, she shuts the door behind her.
Okay.
With a resounding thud.
And she slowly locks it.
That's what I was picturing too. Just walk in and lock it. She deadbolts. Deadbolts the thing.
Shows her necklace of fingers.
Mm-hmm. You see the speaker just say, "Hello." He just looks terrified.
Ah, yes, you are quite correct, guard. They have converted this town. I never bothered to make up a name. They have indeed converted this tower into a barracks. Quite fascinating.
Is it?
In so much as barracks can be fascinating, yes.
Okay.
Hell's going on here? One of them like rolls off his bed and like strides over.
We are guests of your dear little Kadroth being taken on a tour of your facilities.
To be fascinated.
It is.
Roll a deception check.
Okay.
You're so good at fucking charisma checks. Good God.
He's just confident. He's just confident.
Yeah, it's very confident. You can see the man kind of weaselly just kind of says, I don't know about that. But he seems to be semi-satisfied with that response so far.
Yes, simply a tour, and we shall be out of your hair momentarily as the tour continues down below. And Valravn kind of motions towards the trapdoor.
With that, the speaker very nervously steps forward, and as he does so, he actually trips over the brazier and just falls and splays. It's just a horrible, just pratfall. He just falls down. Oh! Just immediately like clutching parts of his body. Oh gods! And you can see now the other guy reaches down and kind of, instinctively to help him. And as he does so, he suddenly freezes and he says, "Bloody hell, that's the speaker."
Okay.
The speaker's beard is longer than his.
That's right. Don't you see? He doesn't have a patchwork beard like this man.
What's the meaning of this?
Meaning of what? This is not the speaker.
Now all the others are starting to get more restless and locking bigger eyes with all of you.
Yes, we are simply being led on a tour. This is not your speaker.
Frey will go up and slap the
You're
speaker.
muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, you're slapping the speaker.
Rochelle's trying to talk.
Rochelle's trying to
She's
talk.
not
She's
muted.
muted.
And Reese just got to hear me do my Celeste voice from the other room.
we all need to hear it.
No, that's okay. The comedic moment has passed.
Oh.
Good
Continue,
anymore.
Frey.
I was gonna say that Frey was gonna go up and just slap the not speaker about being a bumbling fool and making his boss look bad in front of the guests and things like that. And just make like comments like, "Wait till me tell Kadroth what you did." And then she'll turn the other guy who's like trying to be like, "What's going on?" She'll just growl at him.
Make another deception check.
I am not good at that.
Trying to be deceiving.
I'm not horrible, but I'm not good.
She's just gonna growl at somebody. Oh, horse!
Wow.
Or I'm gonna crit
20
it.
on this, yeah. You see,
She's going full wildling at this point.
Yeah.
It's like wild person, like that they don't know really what to do with all of that.
yeah. That guy looks, he kind of blanches and takes a step backward, but then you see a second one tell the third one, like, "Go check with Kadroth. I don't know what's going on here." And you see that one moves to go out the door.
That we're all standing in front of.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
What do you do?
We've just
And
closed.
it's locked too, right?
And do what?
Right.
It's
Yeah,
locked too.
as well.
Yeah, you guys locked it, yeah. Do you stop at some point or you let him go to the locked door?
I don't know. We'll stop him. Who's he closest
Right.
to? Who has to stop him?
Either you or Valravn are right here, or Celeste. Anybody could speak up and stop him. Really, I'm all
Well,
ears.
stand out and says, "You don't need to go to Kadroth." You believe us.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
This is not the speaker you are looking for.
Wait a minute, you just gave it away.
All right,
Moved up to
Edmund,
7.
roll a damn deception check. Or no, roll a. Yours was persuasion, wasn't it?
It's terrible, but yeah, I said you don't need to see the speaker, so I am persuading him.
Yeah.
That didn't go well.
Mm-mm.
Let's see if I can do a contested check here.
went better than we thought it was going to.
Yeah, pretty bad.
So Frey's gonna keep going with like her intimidation here,
Sure.
seeing that he's a little bit more successful, and just in her growly, wildling voice, just tell them, "Get out of the way, what I do. Now move."
Yeah, they all seem to kind of back off a little bit, but at this point, they seem like they are very questioning about what's going on.
And she'll pick up the speaker by his gruff and help him stand and push him.
Yeah, he just kind of stumbles forward awkwardly. He looks terrified, like he just fucking, almost caused everything to blow up.
Do any of them look like they're in charge? Like one of them look like the leader of the other two? Or even like I don't know, like body language. Does it seem like one was like ordering the other two around a little bit?
You can see that one of them is wearing one of those amulets that Kadroth was wearing, and the other two don't seem to have that.
Okay. Valravn, while the other two are doing their persuasions and intimidations, he'll walk up to that one. And he will say, as he walks up, he says, "As you can see, my friend, we are no threat to you or anything out of the ordinary, even. We are simply on a tour of the facility. And might I say," as he gets real close to that one, he like walks like right up to him, like kind of claps him on the shoulder. "It is in your best interest, my friend, that neither you nor any of your friends leave this tower until we are gone from the castle in its entirety. In fact, it is, as far as you can tell, imperative that you stay here and keep things as calm as possible." He's going to cast suggestion on him.
Now, do you want to do your cutting words or not? Because I know I think we have to do that before. Or I guess you have to do that before you cast the spell. But I will let it. I will give you that option here if you want to do it before he rolls.
Yes, I will do. I will use my cutting words as part of the spell. Yeah, for sure. Which I will go ahead and roll that. What is my bardic inspiration right now? It's a D6 still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a D6. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Wonderful.
You rolled a 5 anyway. You know what? It's insurance.
That cutting words has never worked so far.
But you know what?
It's always been unnecessary.
It's like, yeah, but see, if you hadn't done it, then I would have rolled like amazingly well. That's exactly how this works.
You would have rolled exactly a 15.
Yes, and have been like, God damn it, I should roll cutting words. Yep. Okay, you see the flicker of his eyes, and he kind of nods slowly. Is like, so sorry, it was stay here.
It was imperative that he and everyone in the tower stay here and keep things calm and don't alert anyone until we're out of the castle entirely.
Okay. Okay. He nods with that, and to say yes. Well, we better stay here and make sure everything's calm and okay here in the tower. Kind of nods at you, and the other two just kind of look startled and look back at him. Like, what?
We are here on Kadroth's word, you see, my other friends. And your friend here clearly recognizes us as Kadroth's guests, as we are. So we will continue our tour down into that trapdoor now.
All right, and with that, you all enter the door, and I will need everybody to cluster as I teleport you to the bottom. Actually, I've already got tokens down there. Sweet. Although I will have to move the speaker because I didn't plan on having him. How exciting.
We probably didn't either until it happened.
I love it. Alright, so you're going to be scrolling down. And find yourselves down here. as you climb down a trap door down
this won't work.
probably a full 10 feet.
Robin's got to be in front of Bray.
Sorry, you can.
She doesn't let.
Yeah, we can re.
Yeah, she doesn't let him behind her.
I just slapped tokens on there.
Yeah.
So distrustful.
Yes.
The ladder descends. Sure, I'm doing the right thing. Descends 12 feet to a hall made of mortared stone, lit and heated by some sputtering torches. Extending from the east end of the hall is a water-filled cistern. A small rowboat is tied off near the water's edge. I don't think I actually put the sputtering torches. Sputtering torches.
Did he explain to us there's going to be a rowboat? Do we know that?
No, as far all we know is that Everest said like we need to look under the western tower,
Yep,
the northwestern
that's all
tower,
he
just
said.
to see what the secrets are.
Oh, so the speaker only knows what we're telling him. He doesn't know actual what Everest is talking about.
That's a good question. I suppose we should ask him.
And then to the north,
Yes.
you all see an empty room except for 4 sheet-wrapped bodies lying side by side on the floor.
Sheet wrap or sheep?
They are bodies wrapped in sheets.
Can I inspect the bodies to see?
Sure. To unwrap them. They're mummies! Oh man.
They're
No.
wrapped in sheep.
Wrapped in sheep.
Make sure you use gloves. You don't know what sort of diseases they have.
Yeah, they appear to be dead bodies.
An arm in his mouth. What?
It's just licking them. Oh.
Shouldn't eat that then,
If
boys.
you know a better way to identify bodies, I'd like to hear it. There are dead bodies in there. They appear to all be human. And roll a what would be a body identification check?
I think medicine. Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that. Let's go with medicine. It's difficult for you to say what happened here, and these bodies look like they're kept here because it's freezing cold. It's literally like a cold meat locker like kind of temperatures down here. So they are just frozen, and yeah, you can look over and see that they've got what look like just generic like battle wounds. No armor, but you could presume they wouldn't be wrapped up in armor either.
These bodies happen to do anything with you, speaker?
He comes over and he looks at them, says, "No, I don't recognize any of these. These aren't mine. Maybe my guards got a few of theirs before they died."
What did they normally do with bodies around here? Put them downstairs?
Normally, bodies are buried in the ground, but this cursed nightfall and everything being frozen, the ground's been too frozen to bury bodies.
Oh, yes. All right. I have no more ideas about this room.
He said they didn't have wounds or like battles wounds.
It seemed like they have like got kind of various battle wounds, like stabbings and piercings and that kind of thing.
All right. So and the speaker said that they're not local, so they're more likely Black Sword members. All right. Well, I suppose across this canal we go. Who wants to fit into a rowboat with me?
Yeah, How big is this rowboat?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, is
I'm
this gonna
not
be one of
gonna be
those we have
happy
to
about
like montage everybody going across in a rowboat here?
The rowboat looks like it could hold 2 medium characters. I mean, the water doesn't. Are you guys looking at the? I mean, the thing about the water, it looks freezing cold, and it's freezing down here too.
Is the water solid then?
Not quite. It's you can see like in the process of like partially solidifying down here, but it's got a little bit of a. It's got a little bit of movement. I think that might be keeping it from freezing.
I was thinking in my head that Rochelle's character could just swim. I forgot she's not a Triton.
Not
No,
Gillian
I
anymore.
wish. I
all those water powers we had in the last campaign. And everybody looks down a frozen stream and like, nope, not good in that.
All right. Well. Also, is it so the canal goes down here? Is there a path up here to the north?
It looks like there is. Looks like there's a path up to the north, and it looks like the canal just extends into the darkness towards the east.
Here is where science comes to the rescue, guys. Dead bodies produce gas. So we just need to lash these dead bodies together and they will float and we can just ride them down the stream.
I mean, I suppose technically.
Who wants to ride the corpse boat?
There's room for 3.
You know Celeste's on board with that.
What in the 9 hells are you talking about?
Edmund is just going to slowly progress into a mad scientist character.
Talking about making a boat made of corpses. That's all.
I can't tell if Thimbleweed's convincing or not, so he's gonna take one of the bodies, drag it, and just dump it into the water. And
It probably does float, right?
it float.
It does, and when you do that, Edmund, you look in the water, and you see... It's like a horror moment for a second. You see a body floating in the water, like beneath the surface. And you kind of step back for a second, and then you notice that it is a dead body floating under the surface, just kind of bobbing almost.
One?
Huh?
Another one?
Yes.
Oh.
As you lay that corpse, the corpse on the top, there's bodies beneath the water, and you can see they're wearing armor that does appear to be holding the corpse beneath the water.
Oh, so these might... Okay, let's get the speaker to look at that corpse.
Yeah.
Might these be your men, sir?
Yeah, you look out, and now you can start seeing more of them in the distance, just like bodies floating in the water. And you see the speaker pales, and he says, "Gods," and he starts like rattling off names. They look like a combination of mostly humans and dwarves.
That was Steve.
Yeah.
He made a great panini.
I went to his bar mitzvah.
He prepared go-karts in the weekend.
Yep.
I missed them. So there's just a lot of bodies floating.
It's all the guard. It's all the guards.
The speaker identified them as the guards of the castle.
Is it thick enough to walk across?
No, they're underwater, and you can see that they're still wearing all their armor, and you can surmise that's keeping them underwater.
Move their armor, and then we're gonna walk across.
Who wants to go on the corpse bridge?
Me.
Why do we got corpse tonight? We got corpse boats, corpse bridges.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ice
speaker,
cream.
we need one more corpse.
Okay.
Come here.
I mean, you know, I got no problem getting to the boat, but now I'm afraid that this whole place is undead. So now I'm terrified.
My undead sense is tingling.
Yeah, there's too many bodies around here to not be any undead.
Yeah, how are we gonna get everyone across though?
I want to put that on your tombstone. There's too many bodies around here to not be undead.
Oh, is this like one of those puzzles, like with the farmer and
Yeah,
the rooster
farmer-
and like
Farmer
the
and a
dog
fox
and,
and a,
wolf,
and a
or-
goose. Yeah.
Edmund hates Valravn.
We can't put them in a boat together.
right? Frey will kill anybody.
That's right.
Frey has to go
Oh,
by
she has
herself.
at least 2 with her, so
She might literally sting somebody.
I mean, I
Let's
guess the
go
question
for
is
the
who was to
chat
go
song.
first.
I'll go first.
You and somebody else, presumably. Unless you just want to row the boat by yourself. And just
Well,
tell us
I
what
did say it was 2 medium characters, so technically, if you wanted, we could start doubling up with the smallers. But
All right, guys, let's test our luck. Edmund pulls out his experimental elixir and drinks it.
explodes.
happened.
All right, guys, we're looking for a 5. I can fly with a 5.
I can fly with a 5.
Oh, you sure can.
He
You sure
rolled
can.
it. He rolled the 5. That was some maverick shit right there. This is gonna be the potion of flying right here. I'm going to be halfway jumping while drinking the potion because you're so confident.
Oh, God.
Rotates over
I
and throws his
believe
arms out.
I rolled a
I
5. Clutch.
Oh, man.
Clutch
All right, with
roll.
that, you have to let me carry one guy at least.
You could carry one of the smalls. Your
Yeah.
strength isn't great, but I would allow it.
The small.
Whose size
The
it?
smalls. Thursday on NBC.
It sounds like a pejorative when you say it that way. Just,
Yeah.
you can carry one of the smalls.
Well, Edmund doesn't have time to waste, so he reaches his hand out to Frey.
I must be afraid.
Well, Thimbleweed's in the boat already, so
Yeah.
But it is in the boat.
It's better than riding in the boat with him. Okay.
all right, and we just float away.
We believe we can fly.
That's right. You gracefully fly across. While Thimbleweed still waits in the boat. Just soaring.
Ray turns around and flicks off while Robin like, Scooty-oo!
Yeah, you can fly. So, you guys can still fill the boat up, but while you're flying, you do see to the north is another what looks like an empty room, except for a single lonely sack of what looks like maybe grain or something, and a rat like trying to work its way into that sack.
Edmund looks at Frey. You curious? We only have 10 minutes.
Should we go down first and then come back to make sure we know where we're going?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
They keep on flying.
Okay, keep on flying. As you continue down, and the rest of you see them basically disappear into darkness at some point.
Goodbye.
You see another room to the south. This one you can see far in. It's all dark down here, but I believe Ray, I think, has dark vision on at this point.
Yeah, my sword,
Recall.
my
Axe.
two-handed runic
Yeah.
axe.
So you can see there's another room down there, and you can see 3 levers at the end of this mostly empty room to the south.
Ooh.
And then to the east, you see the waterway continues, trickles down, and there's this huge, like marble slab that seems to act as a giant, like causeway door, kind of separating to this whatever is beyond that the cistern's kind of leading to.
Do we go see the rat, or do we pull the levers?
I'm going to assume that you relayed that big door because I can't see as far.
Yeah.
But
We're about to fly
Fly
into
blind.
a wall.
I assume the levers open the door, so let's go that way.
Hopefully the rat does not open the door.
This is true.
All right, so you guys both go to the south, and
Yes, or the
yeah, as you do, you pass by through this tight hallway. This arcane sigils on either side light up faintly, and you get a tingling sensation. But then it dissipates and it fades away. It doesn't do anything else.
Probably not good.
Yeah, probably would have been better not to. Good thing we didn't walk
Yeah.
past that. And
Should we warn the
flee.
others?
Uh,
Okay, that's
We'll
a
wait till they
question.
get you.
Should we warn the others?
well, part of me is curious to find out what happens if someone does walk through, so we'll just let them do it.
There's the scientist again. I want to know. All right. Meanwhile, what is the rest of you doing? Watched your compatriots soar off.
The only thing she'll warn them as she yells back down the thing as we go into the room was, "Watch out for the wall!"
What?
The whale? What?
I think she
The
said
wall.
water. Watch out for the water.
Oh, water. That makes way more sense.
There's the cold.
Will do.
So can this boat fit 2 mediums and a small,
Oh, my
or
lord.
is it just like 2 smalls and a medium? What's the math here? What's the algebra on the boat?
I don't know. I mean, we could play around with it if you want, but it says it can hold 2 medium creatures.
Well, let's be fair here. Valrobin plus Thimbleweed is going to equal a medium character.
I mean, it might be
That's true.
uncomfortable,
He is quite
but
skinny.
yeah.
Valrobin's nothing but skin and bones.
I would allow the 3 of you. Do you want to keep the speaker on this side?
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, do you happen to know anything about where we are, or what we are doing here?
You have to repeat yourself after like 10 seconds because he still is like staring at these bodies in the water, and you can see like all the bluster he had before is just drained out of his body.
They're
Forget
dead.
to be the bad cop.
Yeah.
I am very sorry for your loss, sir, but we do have things to do at the moment.
I don't know what's going on down here. I thought at least my servants were still alive. I'd see them amongst these bodies.
Perhaps they are. You may console yourself with that fact.
He nods sullenly.
In the meantime, you are now our official lookout, which is a solemn duty. You must stay here, and should anyone attempt to forcibly come down that ladder and query about our whereabouts, you are to call out to us and warn us of their approach, yes?
He nods.
But otherwise, do not go back up that ladder. I have quite well enchanted that room, you see. And I do not need you going up there and giving them contrary orders or attempting anything else, yes?
He nods again. I mean, it looks like he would normally be like a lot more apoplectic about everything, but he's just still so freaked out.
Look at the bright side. They're all dead. You don't have to pay them anymore. They can be even richer before you
Appeal
die.
to the man's greed.
I mean,
He nods seriously.
I understand.
You all of a sudden see that little head turn like,
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, then the 3 of us, yeah, let's row down the river.
All right. You clamber into this tiny boat extremely uncomfortably.
To the rat.
And yeah, so you all make your way.
I like talk to the rat.
Okay, you can pull
So
up.
Fine, Red.
You can pull up to this. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking. So there are like bodies in this river, yes?
Yes, there are.
Okay, Celeste is crawling on top of Thimbleweed, which
Just getting as
very
high as
similar.
possible.
very similar to what Rochelle does if there's a bug in real life, and Reese is there.
Nice.
mm.
It's pretty creepy. I mean, it's like going down the river Styx or something. Like there are just, they're not like bobbing on the surface, but it's very creepy because you can clearly see them under the water, all of these dead bodies, and they're pretty well preserved because it's just freezing water and just being held down by
the Lord of the Rings, the Swamp of the Dead. They're just right under the surface, looking up at you.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. But so far, no dead clawing hands or anything like that. They appear to just be dead corpses. But
No
yes,
one dead yet.
Mr. Thimbleweed, you have arrived at the what appears to be another like storage room with a single rat.
Okay. I want to do that.
To speak with small beasts.
Hmm.
I'll have you know that every time there's an animal, which is a lot, I have to write fucking dialogue for that animal into my notes.
Hey, isn't that fun for you?
It kind of is. But it's something I've become hyper aware of because I know, like, if I put an animal anywhere and Reese finds it, he's gonna want to fucking talk to it.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life. Stop talking to every damn dog you see. All right. What do you say to this rat?
You there, rats? How did you come here?
Hello. Oh, I get around. There's some holes around here. He indicates one that kind of in the wall. Rat sized.
Clever.
I don't think you could fit. You're too big.
I am pretty large, aren't I? Yes.
The biggest
You need help with
rat
that?
I've ever seen.
Oh. The compliments keep coming. Keep rolling. Do you need help with that sack of grain?
Yes, but your teeth don't look very sharp.
Ah, but I have these. I've used them all my life.
Explain how.
If you give me some information about the surrounding areas, I'll gladly open that sack of grain for you and let your chest and stomach fill your fill of wheat or whatever it is.
What do you want to know?
What exactly is going on down here? Why are there so many bodies dumped in this area?
Bodies? You mean the ones that wrapped up? That's too cold for food. Don't make very
Yes.
good food.
Is there still a lot of activity down here? Are there other
Oh yeah.
big rats like me?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're always bringing food down here. You know, you gotta get across water, go past the big door, carry food, come out, no food. I can't get over there. Sealed tight. But another spot down across the other way of the water, and they bring food down there too. And that one I can try to get to because there's some more tiny holes. You're too big for 'em. And there's a crazy dude down there, crazy big rat. Doesn't finish all the food. I eat some of the food, but it's really cold down here. I don't like staying down here.
It is quite chilly.
Yeah. So
What are they doing
about
down
this
here?
about this sack? You gonna help me get the sack?
Yeah.
Sack. Pretty hungry
Yes.
for some grain.
Yes,
Some-
yes.
Good food in here.
Do you have any other rat friends down here?
There's not a whole lot. I mean, there's, Janice, she's kind of a bitch. But,
Yeah.
and then, Tom,
Uh-huh.
I mean, he took Janice from me. It's a whole thing. I don't want to really get into it.
I don't want you to.
No. Look, man, I just really need this grain, okay? It's been a hard couple days.
All right. I open the grain for him and
Oh dear. You got a rat on a face. He's jonesing. This is bad news.
thank you for the information, but pull yourself together.
I know, man. It's rough out there.
All right. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, you try to make yourself available and you even show them where the good spots are. But...
I walk off. I relay the information about the giant rats to the rest of the group. I don't.
right.
I just say that there's a giant rat to the south.
You might surmise that he refers to anything as a rat.
Thimbleweed's not going to bother with that distinction.
Fair enough.
Right.
Meanwhile, let's return to Edmund and Frey. You all make it into this room to the south, and you see. You know what? I am going to put a torch here if you all would like to light the torch, so that way it'll make it easier for lighting purposes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Alright, so now can we see a little better?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So you light up the torch, and you can see, flanked on either side of this relatively small room, appear to be prison doors. Kind of similar to the Dweger Outpost, where they're solid. And 3 levers on this southern wall. So
How
2.
far apart do the bars seem on these prison doors?
They're solid doors, basically. But they look like they've got that design where you can tell it's like a dungeon type door. It's like it's got the little like thing that you can
The
slide.
metal with the slot?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What do you think is in the doors?
Is it cold in here?
It is. It's pretty much cold in this whole damn area down here. Although a little bit better since you lit the torch.
Whatever it is, it's probably frozen by now. And then did you say there were levers on the side?
There are 3 levers. In here.
Over here?
Yep, on the southern wall. So you see 2 prison doors on either side of you, and then 3 levers down here.
Did we pull one?
Is there one for a super fun happy slide?
Right. Are there any like
Really?
markings or
They're
anything?
labeled scary, very scary, and not scary at all.
Are there any marks or anything?
You have not watched it, right?
Technically,
How
no,
do you-
but I've seen a lot of like scenes.
How have you made it a spot-on it reference?
Yes,
with
thank
I know
you.
you've never seen that movie.
I've seen a lot of like YouTube breakdowns of it and stuff, which is how I consume most horror movies now.
I was like, "There's no way he saw that movie." Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I could probably watch it now that I've seen those videos. But yes,
So they are labeled?
they are not labeled. But Edmund, if you want to give me a investigation check, you can try and figure out something about these levers. You can surmise by looking at them that the left and rightmost lever would probably control the left and rightmost prison doors. You're not sure what the central one does, though.
And are they up or down? And can I tell how many positions there are?
That's all good information. They are all in a single up position. And it looks like it's just a binary system of up or down.
I'm gonna use my hot air breath. I'm gonna go on the handles and see which one looks like it's got fingerprints on it.
Some spy shit. Roll me another. Go
Frey
ahead.
is 100% fascinated with this.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Roll me another investigation check with advantage. All right. It looks like the left lever and the central lever have both seen regular use. The rightmost lever does not seem to have been used very much, from what you can tell.
All right, here goes nothing. And he pulls both of those left and the center together.
Pull multiple levers. Okay. As you do that, things happen. One thing is you hear a sound of a large stone moving. You two don't see it, but those of you outside, I actually don't know if you can see that far. Oh, you can't see that far, but you can probably just hear it off in the distance, where you hear a rumbling sound towards the east, or for those of you in the bottom, the northeast. And the other thing that happens is the door to your left opens up. Prison door. And inside there, you see what looks like it was it looks like a typical prison cell, but looks like it's converted into what kind of reminds you of a laboratory or maybe a surgeon's office, like a surgical. What am I trying to say? Where they perform surgery.
Surgery suite.
Surgery suite. And on a table is what looks like a semi-conscious human man strapped to it.
I don't like where this is going.
Does he look intact? Does he look chopped up?
Would you like to go in there and find out?
Not really.
I need to go check for you.
It looks like there is also a table with a lot of notes and things on there.
Frey will go in.
Okay.
Watch out for the booby traps. Edmund floats in behind her.
Floats in, that's good. The room, kind of, even though it's cold down here, you can see it's got like a little glowing, ball thing that seems to be lighting up or warming up this general area, so it doesn't feel like super freezing cold, kind of on the desk. However, the room reeks of just sweat and blood and just kind of human stenches.
She'll poke what's on the table and be like, "Are you alive?"
Yeah, you see, this man he's conscious, but also kind of like staring off like above and just kind of muttering under his breath once in a while. And you can see in several places in his body, there's ugly scars and like black veins that have like traveled in his body. And you can trace these veins to where you kind of have to remove some cloths. And you see a piece of what looks like black crystal embedded in his body. And you can see
like
just
sticking out, or
like surgically implanted.
that doesn't look good.
And you can see like black like veins and lines like splintering out from it. And you can see it's just kind of like staring off like wide-eyed with his mouth open. You can see every once in a while just kind of mutters under his breath.
Edmund's gonna look at the papers while Ray is looking at the body.
Sure.
Ray's contemplating like chopping his leg off or something to get the crystal thing away from him.
Frey is now a surgeon.
I mean, I do have a perfect scalpel for this.
Edmund, the journal entries. I did not make a handout for this. You just have to read it or listen. Journal entries are dated 13 days ago. Feared this one may be too far corrupted. Took him in anyway. Maybe we can figure out how to reverse the process. 8 days ago. Separating the subject from Chardalyn, from the Chardalyn we found him with hasn't altered his state in any way. He's still just as violent and incoherent as before. Recommended he's restrained at all times. 5 days ago. I'm adopting an experiment that I've been considering. The melding of Chardalyn with flesh. See if it can provide any clarity. 2 days ago. The subject enters a lucid state hours after the procedure and doesn't seem to exhibit any pain or wild aggression, but the madness remains. Going to give it a few days to check on the lasting effects, but I may have to accept the loss. Doubly important to find those who possess Chardalyn before it reaches this point. That's the last entry.
I like this guy. I wonder where I could find the author. I need to probe his mind a little bit more.
What do we do with him?
Let's put him out of his misery and throw him in the freezing water.
Okay.
These two are not the.
Oh, I know exactly what to do. Put him in between the two little thingies in the doorway and see what happens.
What?
Yeah.
Can we roll this bed out?
Yeah, I just say just kind of throw him forward and see what happens. Oh, because he's restrained, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know. Does it look like it's wider than the door that we, you said it's a narrow hallway we came in through?
Yeah, so can we
yeah.
pull the bed out?
Oops.
I'm pretty strong.
You're pretty strong. You come up to the bed, and you kind of grab it and get ready to move, and all of a sudden, the man starts convulsing, just undulating his entire body, and just gives an unholy scream as you can see these black veins on his body begin spreading rapidly, just cracking like splintering bits of glass or ice. His entire form just congeals. His flesh bubbles as if being cooked from the inside. His mouth opens and just keeps opening and keeps opening and keeps opening. And you can see other little mouths inside, and pustules on his body begin just exploding like volcanoes and forming little bits of mouths and serrated teeth.
Ew.
Suddenly we find ourselves in a Lovecraft novel. That's interesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pull Frey away, or is it too late?
It is too late. We are going to be rolling for some... oops, I need to get rid of all this old initiative. Meanwhile, the rest of you, we can have you in the boat, and have you probably have made it as far as the hallway.
We could just have some rat adventures on our own.
Have some rat adventures. That's fair.
Boyd has gathered all the rats together to have couples therapy.
Yeah. I was hoping there'd be enough of them to like crawl through the walls and distract them or something, but
Right.
just did
But
not
instead,
see
he's
this
been through
coming
a
at all.
nasty divorce, and it's...
Is the thing still restrained, or did it break free?
So the body is no longer a body. It is just a mound of flesh that is just kind of bubbled over everywhere. And it looks something like this.
Gibbering mouther. That's what I'm fairly certain the baby looks like at 2 o'clock in the morning when she's screaming and won't go to sleep. I have a feeling it hurts when it bites.
Where Val Robin's token went.
Okay, well, I think we knows what happens
Oops, hang on, I need to roll
days
initiative
later from this journal entry.
Yeah.
Are they down at the end of the hall?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why am I down 4 hit points?
Somebody probably hit you in that hallway.
In the previous fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a second while I set this up. And also, as he kind of explodes, the flesh is just everywhere.
Good thing I'm floating in the air.
And that's true, you are floating in the air. You still got that. But it appears like the whole area just become like this sticky, nasty, fleshy zone. So we'll start the music. And we're gonna start with Mr. Thimbleweed. You've probably heard the noise of this thing because it is constantly babbling. It is suddenly all these different sounds you can hear from the distance are just making this horrible cacophony sound of like multiple creatures just wheezing and speaking.
Can we go back to the rat, please?
Where is Thimbleweed? Is he on the... Oh, he's underneath me. Okay, I see.
Yes, I'm underneath you. Okay, I'm a small in stature.
It's under my legs.
Big in heart.
Alright, I think we must help our compatriots up ahead.
And the other thing is
Whatever
notice
it is,
sorry,
good.
is that stone slab did raise up. So whatever your compatriots did, they apparently raised it, and you can see the cistern continues towards the east.
Okay. Alright, if already in action, if my compatriots attempt to retreat, I'll shoot them. Just kidding.
Like a Matrix.
I'm not.
It's already taken human form. Kill it.
That's right.
It's an abomination.
We can never tell which one of us it is now. Just kill them all.
Frey,
That's me.
because of its insane gibbering, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why?
Because of its insane
I don't like wisdom saving
gibbering.
Shivering.
Had to pick wisdom. That's about right.
He did.
A wisdom
Yeah,
save of
that's-
2.
Yeah, that's about right.
Frey, I would like for you to roll me a d8 to determine what you are going to do on your turn. Because you have gone temporarily crazy from the babbling.
It would have been better if I had rolled a 1, because then I could use lucky to re-roll it, but because I rolled a 2...
Oh, man. That's actually probably the best case scenario because you do nothing. You just stand there
that's good.
frozen in place, just like... Or however you want to roleplay it, if you're like trying to get it out of your head, or if you're just afraid, or what do you think?
No, she's just like, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah, I just kind of mesmerized. All these mouths just undulating and talking.
It's not really mesmerized, she's just like, what the fuck is going on?
I do need to give a... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but technically you need to give me a strength saving throw to see if you're also stuck in this fleshy mass that's all around this creature. But... Alright, you are not stuck, but you are just stupefied to the point of not being able to do anything.
Sucks.
Celeste.
Okay. Let's see. I can't see anything yet. All right. Oh boy. Okay.
Celeste, as you go through this hallway, you see that glyph light up, and this time it enter through this tunnel right here. It glows an angry red, and I need to have a con saving throw from you, please.
We'll see what happens.
That's a 6.
That's not great.
Is that good?
I'll be honest, it's
No,
not great.
good.
I'll have you roll it. Give me a 3d8, please.
Sounds.
This is like telling you to go pick out your own Switch. You take 12 thunder damage, and you are knocked backwards 10 feet.
Okay.
Wait, why'd you get off the boat?
No one leaves the boat.
I want to see what's going on. I couldn't see the thing from the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, you get
Gotta bring it
blasted.
There, right?
You just get blasted with concussive
I go
force.
back just 10 feet, so I'm just back on the boat.
You rock
Okay.
right into the boat, yeah, and you like slam into it, and the whole boat just like rocks like nervously back and forth. That just happens.
All right. I'm out. All right, guys, let's go. We're done. We got this.
We tried.
Get on.
Gave it our
That was
best
pretty
effort.
cool, though.
So now that you know about that spot, I will actually. What's funny is your other party members saw it but did not trigger it. Here it goes. Where that glyph was. The Mouther continuously makes this, and it just expels this like chemical mass directly in front of it. A blinding flash of light. Each creature within 5 feet of the flash must succeed on a DC 13 Dex save or be blinded until the end of the Mouther's next turn. So Edmund and Frey. Give me a Dex saving throw, please.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Damn it.
All right, Edmund, you are temporarily blinded. Frey, you are not. It will It'll still try to bite at Frey initially, even though Frey is not blinded, so it's a normal attack. And it misses horribly as all these mouths seem to get in its own way. Just. However, it does shuffle. Just fleshily moves itself towards. It seems to sense that Edmund is blinded and seems to kind of crawl itself forward. But that seems to be all it can do at the moment. So we go to Edmund, but Edmund, you hear this babbling. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. You stave off the maddening effects, the gibbering. So you may take your turn as normal.
I'd like to try to grab Frey. I'm blind.
You are blinded.
So...
I think it just means you have disadvantage on what attack rolls.
Oh, okay. So I'm not like literally like blind.
I mean, addition-wise.
Well, here's what I want to do. I want to grab Frey and just float back out 10 feet out of the room.
Okay. You can do that. You imagine it would trigger an attack of opportunity from this creature.
Then I will use my action to disengage.
You can do that for you, not for two people, though. So if you wanted to grab
I'm not
her-
worried. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
But if I take her away, that's something else acting upon her, right?
I mean, I would still rule it could get an attack of opportunity there. But if you're disengaging, it can't attack you.
Yeah, I'll disengage then. Let's float back 10 feet.
Yeah, because you're flying, you do avoid the fleshy, sticky zone that it seems to have created.
Did you take me with you or no?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you grab on her and kind of like haul her backwards, but it does try to bite at Frey as she escapes its grasp. And misses horribly.
From here, can I reach the levers?
Yes, you can.
And then remind me, I don't remember which ones I hit. So, which levers did I hit?
Left in the center.
Is that left from Edmund's perspective or from our top view? Like, is it the lever closest to the door?
It is. Yeah, you pulled the lever closest to the door and the middle one.
Okay, but not the one closer to the closed door.
Correct.
Okay.
Because your
well,
little breathing trick said that one hadn't been used.
Right, I wasn't sure if you meant like from Edmund's perspective, left versus right.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, then I'm just gonna toggle the leftmost switch again.
Okay. You flip that lever, and it seems like the door is starting to close. But since we're in turn-based mode, and the doors weren't exactly like, instant opening or closing, you imagine it might take a while.
Okay.
Valravn.
All right. So I can, from where I'm at, I can see where the sigil was that blasted Celeste back, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can't, from this vantage point, see the enemies, but I can see Edmund at least.
You can be an investigation check if you want to check out the...
Yeah, let's do that.
Lift. Obviously, it looks like it is some kind of glyph of warding that's got like spells stored in it to trigger on something that you're not quite sure of. And I don't know if you put it together that Frey and Edmund did not trigger it for whatever reason, or why the people in this area would have what they would set it to not trigger, and what they would why they'd be able to go through and why it wouldn't trigger.
I mean, the only thing I can figure, the only thing different was one person was walking, the other person was flying.
That's true. They were flying, but you actually don't. You look around, you don't like see it's necessarily tied to the floor.
Oh, is the glyph not on the floor? I thought it was.
No, it's on like the side of the wall.
Oh. Interesting.
What do they have that you don't? That Celeste doesn't?
I don't know. Edmund and Frey. What do they have that Celeste doesn't?
I know.
It's the subject of.
Oh, okay. Edmund's got it. I was thinking of both of them. I was trying to think of like what's common amongst them, but it's just Edmund, isn't it?
No.
Edmund's carrying Chardlin?
I have some.
Oh, you have. Where do you have some from?
I have a little dagger.
Oh, that's right. You actually have a weapon.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. I don't have any, so I'm not gonna jump in there. So it's just coincidental that the two people who are carrying Chardlin on them happen to go through there first.
Which is
That's
the
great.
best case scenario for the DM, because you like see people go through, they make it through unscathed, and everybody else charges through hunky dory.
Yeah. I just assumed it was the flying thing. I assumed it was the not walking in. All right. Edmund, my good sir, are you all right down there? Do you need assistance? We are at the boat here. You seem to be in a precarious position.
Oh, there's a terrible creature experiment gone wrong, and it just exploded into flesh all over that room in a fray. But we're making our escape. Frey just needs to fend it off for a few more seconds as the door closes, and we will be back out from this horrific sight.
Wonderful. Well, I believe in you fully. We will be waiting here for your imminent return. Oh, by the way, you have in fact opened the gate for the canal. We can proceed further on.
But they're down that gate.
And Robin's not really going to do anything.
And that's my turn.
Yep, he's gonna say all that, and he's not going in there.
All right, fair enough. We go to Thimbleweed then.
Then we'll go charging in there. I'm here. I'm Thimbleweed.
Did Mohammed explain how the glyph actually worked, or did he look at it and decide that that's not for him?
I feel like Robin was not the one who came up with the solution. It was everybody else.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that glyph lights up as you go in, Thimbleweed. I need a con saving throw from you, please.
Robin was positive it was the flying thing, so this would be news to him.
Con saving throw from me.
If you're charging into that room, yeah, you see that glyph light up, still in that hallway.
If you have Chardlin.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, you're right. Do you still have an arrow?
I have.
Just one arrow.
Arrows.
All right. Do you hold your arrow up to the like a security? Scan this, asshole. You're right. I totally forgot about that. Your fucking arrows. Yes, you see the same thing. It kind of lights up faintly and then dissipates as you walk through.
Okay, I'll toss one back to Celeste.
Oh,
Nice.
that's sweet.
Don't drop it.
It sinks into your
Yes.
shoulder. Your ticket inside.
And then all that stuff in there, is that just body parts? Not right.
Yeah, it kind of looks very. It just looks like a mass of flesh. Just the entire room is just exploded into flesh.
Yes.
Just general flesh.
Just general flesh and viscera.
All right, I'll shoot the quivering mass.
Shoot. That is gonna hit a quivering mass.
All right, my reroll. Does 15 damage.
Wow. It's a regular arrow?
Regular arrow.
Okay.
Apparently these things are too valuable to throw away.
Yeah. That sinks into the mash, and it just still it doesn't seem to register. It's just still making all those insane sounds.
My bugs will start infesting it.
Ooh, maybe they like that. It's a lot of flesh.
Oh man, the bugs I got. Love it.
Maybe your bugs start getting infested instead.
This is infestations all the way down.
All right, Frey, you're still close enough to this mouther where you need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Seriously, dude, you gotta pick something other than wisdom.
Have to exploit your weakness. Oh, pretty good. You stave off. You shake your head and stave off its insane mutterings.
Alright. So, as she sees the door shutting, she doesn't want to be in there because that's just dumb. So she'll just huck a javelin at it. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a crit on the javelin. I need to record that in the crits. You do 12 damage, and I believe per our rules, that is going to trigger some massive damage. It's been a while since you guys critted on something. We changed that to where massive damage now triggers on critical hits. Target must make a con saving throw. DC is 10 or half the total damage, whichever is greater.
10 would be greater.
This would be a 10. Okay. So, what kind of constitution does a fucking... oh, pretty good. I guess it's all flesh. Yeah,
boy.
it's got a pretty good con, so it staves off any massive damage effects. That javelin sinks into its body, and does seem to affect it, though. It is losing bits of flesh everywhere.
Well, I mean, she's only got, like, the one attack, so she'll sit there and just,
That's a
like,
good one.
brace the door to help it close faster. She'll help push it close faster.
Okay. We go to Celeste.
All right. Celeste is gonna walk through now with her arrow held high.
Armed with the arrow. Yes. Once again, you see that glyph faintly light and then immediately dim.
Like my arrow back, please.
Curse these arrows I gave you.
When did you guys get those?
Session?
This last
Yeah,
session?
Edmund.
Oh. Well, maybe if you had actually played for me instead of putting me in an ethereal orb.
They didn't have any Chardonnay mops.
we should say they did, but we just left it there. It looked amazing.
Well, shoot, there's not like a ton I can do from way back here now. So this is like, sorry, what's on the other side of this?
You don't
A
want to
lot
know.
of gunk.
Yeah, it's
It's Celeste's worst nightmare.
this guy.
Okay.
It's all full of viscera and...
You're gonna need another mop.
That's true. It is the nastiest. It looks like just several people exploded in this room.
Is this like a platform though on the other side?
This bed.
There's a table that is now also covered in that crap because that's where the dude was strapped.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's all pretty nasty.
So no one is stepping in there because they're just it's just like a swamp of viscera.
The door
Well,
is
the door is closing.
the door is closing. Edmund did pull the lever, and even Frey is sitting there like trying to close this door. So I think we're all trying to get this thing to just stay back in there and hope it can't open doors.
Oh, well then what am I doing in here? This has already been solved.
I mean, peer pressure maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
You got a hand and an arrow? You just had to join
I
in.
feel
Yeah.
I came in. I'm not gonna waste a spell slot for my range attack on that. Wait, no, my radiant sunbolt is. I will use my radiant sunbolt.
Yes.
And
Anything needs
hurl that.
bleaching, it is this thing.
So that is. Oh, I always click the wrong thing. Okay. Sample. There we go. 18.
18 will hit a quivering mass of flesh.
That is 5. And I'm not going to spend a key point to do it again if we're just closing a door on this thing anyway.
Just a little fuck you to
give it just give it a small cleanse and stay out. More of that.
It's the holy water spritz.
More of that where it came from. All right, the door is closing, but this thing, it's a very cinematic moment where it's like coming up to Frey. I guess I try to see if it gets its spittle back. That 1d6. It does not. So it climbs, it just undulates its way towards Frey and tries to...
You're just really excited to be able to use the word undulating, aren't you?
I mean, how else? It's just such a great word. Does 13 hit you?
It still misses.
Oh, man.
No.
Guys, this thing does so much damage. It just has such a shitty attack. So it misses. And it's very cool because it like comes through and it's just all this mass just pressing against the door, and you can see these mouths coming through. However, at the start of Edmund's turn, this door does close. Took a full round.
And he's not blind anymore.
He's not blind anymore. You can see the, yeah, whatever acid stuff is there. So that door closes.
It's solid, like it's not gonna.
It's correct. It's not bars. It's a solid door. It just has one of those like eye slots.
Gonna seep under the gap.
You're not sure. You're not sure what its capabilities are, but for the moment, that door is now there. And I assuming you guys are gonna egress, I can take you out of combat.
Yeah. Can I just like pour a row of water at the bottom so that way it like solidifies into ice, so it can't just like be like a cat and sneak out from under the door?
You're not sure if it would freeze that fast, but yeah, you can try and stuff
I
something.
figured it's pretty
I mean,
useful.
it honestly looks like it's pretty solid. And obviously, I assume you guys have the eyeball thing
I'm trying
shut.
to grab Frey and just fly away again.
We're out of here. Whee!
Yep.
Fly away.
Fly away.
We like a bird, we only fly away.
The door's open and we're going back to the waterway.
Yes, indeed. You guys return to the waterway, and now you see the. Take this out of combat. The eastern that giant slab that was blocking that eastern part of the cistern has now opened. I've also started the MVPC poll. Please vote for your MVPC. Who wants to climb in the boat? Let's spend another 15 minutes debating on the merits of putting everybody in a boat.
We
already had it figured out.
All right, that's true. That's true. We got two. That's true.
It's fine.
How long does your
Why are
flying
you
thing
trying
last?
to change things? 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, fair enough. I think combat was only like 20 seconds or something.
seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you guys have been pretty efficient with your time. All right. I imagine you got like a little timer in like the bottom right hand corner of your heads-up display that's showing like 4 minutes remaining or something.
Your buff icon.
Yeah, it's a
starts
buff
blinking
icon.
when it's about to get out.
You got a little warning there. Okay, well, who wants to go first? Does Frey? I guess you guys said you were already flying.
I'm just along for the ride. Edmund's
Sure.
the one who's flying.
Sure. The three of you clamber into the boat, and the two of you can fly.
I have a fly speed
away.
of 10, so I assume we just kind of all go together.
Sure, you can do that.
And it's flying as fast as he can, and we're just rowing past him.
The cistern continues for another about 40 feet until it reaches a dead end, and you can see like the water kind of creeps under, just under the wall. However, to the north, you can see a narrow tunnel, and in that tunnel, you can see a cluster of alive people. Living,
Do they
I guess
see
is a
us?
better word.
Do they see us?
I guess not
No.
right. Well, you know what? They would have heard the sound, so they probably are looking. But if you want to try and surprise them, you certainly can. But obviously that made a lot of sound, so there's not any. You can see there's not anything anywhere else for them to look than straight ahead of the entrance of this tunnel. So,
Well, we don't know what their vision's like, so
that's true.
They look like they've spotted us.
It is pretty dark still, and you guys don't have any of your own light sources. I think you're just using dark vision and stuff.
How high is the ceiling? I want to go from above and just drop.
That is terrifying. It's not a very big storage area. It's probably only like 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, who's our best negotiator?
Thimbleweed.
Ray.
Keep up or I kill you. That is all there is.
That's basically.
Most efficient negotiator.
That's right. It's very, very binary.
I had to
there.
kill 2 of them, but I got them on board.
Right. I'm gonna float as high as I can. I want you to pretend you're a god and speak to these people down there.
What?
Pretend you're a god. Talking from above.
Why?
I don't know. We can get more information from those nuns up there.
Those are nuns?
Alright, they're not nuns. You take these tokens
The
too
nuns
literally.
are doing horrible experiments on.
They look like a bunch of regular folks. Some of them dressed in obviously just rags now, but some of them look like they were once wearing like even like uniforms or suits or things. All different genders and ages. And there's what you can tell 5 people in here, humans.
They
Do any of them
look
look like
aggressive.
they're wearing that amulet thing?
No.
Right? Do they look aggressive?
They look like prisoners.
All right.
Set me
well,
down.
We're just gonna we're gonna float. I'm just gonna gently set Frey down.
Her
one of
axe
those
is
things.
lit up, so she holds it with her both hands in front.
I'm your god now.
And it's like one of those gentle descents, so she
Yeah.
just kind of like floats right into in front of them.
Exactly. Ah! I'll like scramble back. Who are you?
I am Frey. Who are you?
One of them speaks up. He appears to be an older man who's kind of wearing what looks like a kind of faded suit. Says, "I'm Mr. Alderdusk. I was the Speaker Kranek's assistant. We all were staff and servants of the castle."
Why are you down here?
Yeah, those others put us down here when they took over the castle. Not sure why they keep us alive. Maybe it's some sort of collateral.
So you're not doing the experiments?
What are the experiments?
You
So,
didn't make the mouthy thing. And she like literally uses her hands to do this.
Shakes his head. I don't know anything about that. They keep us down here. And you can see they're all shivering and malnourished and just in real bad shape.
They look okay to me.
I think there was someone that looked like you that they were doing experiments on and exploded into a pile of
Ooh,
flesh mass.
Oh, dear God.
she
I
did
think
this.
you're next.
Well, bye.
Are you here? Who are you, please? Are you here to help us?
We haven't decided yet. But they'll give you a fighting chance. And she will literally break any chains that they have. She will literally take her axe and break the chains.
They don't appear to be chained up. They appear to be just kind of stuck here because you can see that there was literally the frozen waterway here, and then that giant slab. So it didn't seem like they were actually individually like chained up or anything. They were just in a situation they couldn't escape from.
Is there like any other way out of this room?
I don't see anything else other than the way you came in on.
Tell us about your captor.
Oh, much of the... what was that man's name? Is it a tiefling man that was invited to the castle with a group of folks. I think he was working with Speaker Cranach to make some magical artifacts. But the two disagreed on business practices, some such things got rather violent. Afraid the tiefling man seemed to take over one night. The attack was quite sudden. Those of us that were not fighters were escorted down here. I think it's been several weeks now.
I tell you what. We will handle this. But the speaker is no longer the speaker. Do you understand what I am saying?
I'm not sure I understand. No, I'm sorry. Is Speaker Cranach alive?
Not for long.
He looks worried at this. Oh dear.
Someone new will have to take over the job.
See. Poor Cranach. Wasn't sure what they did with him.
Sure, we'll say that they did it. That's fine.
They might try to keep him alive.
Like I said, we'll say that they did it. It's fine.
He doesn't seem to be understanding what you're saying.
You're not very smart, are you? I'm not smart, but I understand what I'm saying.
It's very cold. We're very weak down here.
Unfortunately, we don't have the means to carry you guys back up. As he floats around.
You suckers are stuck in here.
We will go take care of this, and then we'll send someone back to come and get you. We'll leave the door open. If the water freezes, just walk out.
I mean, what we do have is the actual speaker on the other end of this canal. Yeah. We could just have him start ferrying his own people out. Leave him to take care of these prisoners.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I could leave him with a nice threat.
That's right. I don't know. I mean, they'll have to stay down here at least until we resolve the situation. But
yeah.
You can at least get him out from this room at the end of the canal.
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. If your speaker so much cares about you, he will be back to ferry you over.
At least while he lives.
So he is alive then.
Yeah.
For now.
That's fine.
I'm very sorry, my friends. She speaks in alive or dead. This is her, like, the binary language for her. We can turn them into a corpse boat.
Bring out your dead.
We've got this corpse boat here, you see.
The body that Edmund had thrown into the water finally drifts down.
Ride this one back.
It's like a corpse jet ski, if you will.
Just kick your legs real fast.
Yeah.
Yes, your master will be back for you shortly. At which point you will await for us, your marshals, to resolve this situation.
Marshals? Yes. Very good. Thank you. Thank
you.
He shakes your hand. Thank you, my boy. Thank you. Oh, you hear that, everyone? The marshals are here. And not everybody looks like, as excited as he is. He appears to.
Yay!
Yeah, there's some like younger folks that are like, okay. They just appear to be angry and weakened, but he seems to have a spark to his eyes.
All right, so if that's the end of this canal, what have we actually learned that Everest sent us down here to learn? that's the question.
That they made the Mouthman.
Yeah, I guess that. God, I don't know why his name is not sticking in my head. I was gonna call him Drycoff. That's not right.
You did this last session too. You did not remember his name.
Yeah, for some reason that name is not sticking with me.
Yeah.
Kadroth, right?
Yes.
I'm mixing all the letters around.
Yeah.
Kadroth is experimenting on people, and he's obviously he murdered all the guards, and he's like in prison.
There's
for
that.
Servant. So what? Do we have to go kill Kadroth now? I guess this is where.
The school counselor?
That's right. It's the school counselor.
Mm-hmm.
The one who has heard all of our internal problems. in his office.
He knows
This is
our
gonna be
darkest
embarrassing.
secrets. Yeah.
Now we must slay him, but it doesn't tell anyone else.
Yep.
I mean, that's what Avarice wants you to do anyway.
Yeah, and it seems like at this point, it seems like the right thing to do, I guess, because I mean, otherwise, he's gonna kill all these servants are gonna eventually die. And he
Did
did.
you say that out loud?
These folks will eventually
You're
die.
sidebarring like 5 feet away. Just look at him.
Don't mind
They're
us.
almost dead. Yeah. So I mean, we can try it. We can do what I think somebody suggested. We like try to bluff our way into his office. But I mean, we got to depose the guy, right?
Or else he'll just take his research elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like we did that one dwarf.
You guys head back out?
Yeah. I guess that's the plan now. Is like we head back out. We let the speaker stay here and rescue his own people.
Yeah.
With special instructions not to go to the south area. Just
Yeah.
don't go down there at all.
Go all the way down, come all the way back.
Yeah. Don't go on any side treks or you'll encounter rats or horrible abominations.
Not the rats. All right, so you guys assure them that you'll basically be coming back, or the speaker will be coming back, or somebody will come back to rescue them. They
Yeah.
look very forlorn, but
Be here shortly.
a little bit more hopeful than before, clearly.
Give them some rations, help
Yeah.
boost them up a little bit.
Yeah, and when you can see your buff is like ticking down now. You've only got like 2 minutes left or something.
Fly, Edmund, fly!
Takes off.
All right, you guys head back. However, once you return to that western area, you can see that now it is full of people on the ledge where you left the speaker.
He was specifically supposed to alert us if that happened.
And he is currently being held by the half ogre who has him in his grip, and he's got his mouth over it, and he's like, oh! And you can see the Kadroth there with several of his forces, many of them armed, and he's just kind of shaking his head. He says, I must say, I am disappointed. I really thought we'd be able to work together. And with that, we are going to end this session. Let's see. MVPC was, I believe, a tie. Let's see, between Thimbleweed and Edmund.
All right.
So you
Try to
both can
flip
roll
again.
on the MVPC table.
That's a good one.
Healing and a gemstone.
Thanks, chat.
That's right.
They like, I think it was all that rat talk, I guess.
Always the rat talk.
Rat talk gets him every time. And a Moss Agate for Edmund that you found maybe in that next to that journal of notes.
Makes
And
sense.
Thimbleweed the rat just passed you a potion of healing at some point. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be canonical in the game, but I think it's funny if you try to like,
You can find it somewhere.
yeah, you try to insert it in there somehow.
It was in the grain bag or something.
Yep, for sure.
There's a prize at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, once he finishes the grain. Take this.
Finish eating it. Thimbleweed and the rat are just like Challenge down.
Grain.
You got that grain. All right, that'll do it.
Grain.
That will do it for this week's session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing, and thank you to all of our wonderful fans for watching. Thank you to the patrons. Shout out to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Wizard Princess, Christopher, Thomas, Captain Mike, Adam, Aiden, Stan, Nathan, Alex, Chad, Alexander, Dan, Daniel, Cam, and the Quizat, Hatterack. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Ross, Lippy Spuds, Jerome, Sklenia, Nick, Farty Mc, Butterpants, Blood Angel, Veronis, Baboon, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and James. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you next time. The climactic boss fight.
Forced upon us because we didn't cover a track on it, apparently.
How do you know he hasn't
You
been
tried.
watching you this whole time?
I mean, it probably has.
Now they're stashed into one tiny little area.
You think about all these fireballs. You got fireballs, right?
We got our bracelets around, right? No?